was just Hiya and welcome to Panic and Me. I'm Dama and today I'm going to be talking about my first year of university and showing you some projects that I did in 2018-2019. So when I moved to university, it was freedom for me. My parents were quite strict, so when I went to university, it was a completely different world. There was a lot of freedom. I can do whatever I want, and one of the things that I did was go to abandoned places and do urban exploring. Only did a couple places, but it was really interesting. So one of the projects I started was to do photograph masks, and mask is a representation of covering ourselves in a sort of a covering our personality, masking who we truly are, putting sort of a mask on for other people for different scenarios and how we're feeling with this mask. So I couldn't actually take photographs in abandoned buildings because we didn't have permission, and we would have to, permission from the university as well. So as I did a bit of exploring, did a bit of mask photography, but thought, okay, let's try and turn it into different scenarios, different places where could these masks be. And it was just interesting because I just bought some masks from the internet and just played around with them at first to start off the project, and get sort of an idea where I'm going with it, because I had no idea. I was just interested in masks and urban exploring. So I bought one of the Purge masks. I absolutely loved it, and we used it for Halloween as well. So here's a picture of a mask photograph, and I really love the smoke and the colours in this photograph, and the LED lights in the mask just absolutely beautifully contrast the dark background. Then I played around with putting Fragile on my face. Showing the fragile parts of the face, that this is very fragile to us. We're mostly conscious about the face area. So it is an interesting photograph because using that sort of sense, creating this mask, and when I peeled it off, it was still a mask. When you peel off your face, it's interesting because you put on a mask for different things and take it off when you get back. Camera's just flashing. It might die. No. So yes, what I was saying is the masks, and then I moved on to photographing. I'm out of focus now. Goodness. Photographing people, my friend, in a naturistic sort of way, with animal masks. I was trying to experiment with animal masks. Then I moved on to studio to get sort of a different sort of feel, experimenting with all the photography, but also with the studio. I was learning how to take photos using the lighting, setting everything up, and placing the models where I want them to. So yeah, just had a lot of fun with it. I got involved as well in most of the photo shoots. I also put on a mask because I love modelling as well. Then it came to the end of the project, and it was photos of people in the studios with different coloured lights, to get different sort of lighting, different backgrounds. It all was just the same lighting, same background, sorry, but just different colours of lights to create this sort of sense and feeling. And I also love playing with colours instead of just a plain white background or a black background. So it was absolutely fantastic to just have fun. And then in the end, I stuck over different things like plants, sticks, flowers, many things that I could find around the place where I was living. And mainly I did this to show the beauty that we tried to cover, and nature is beautiful. We tried to cover our faces by putting all these different masks, and I put on the nature masks to represent that beauty within us that we are trying to hide. Yeah, so first year was quite difficult. Like, obviously I was only learning, and a lot of students have done photography before, especially in college, and I never, because I was studying art. Loads of things I found very difficult was we had to appropriate images, and I took these, we didn't take, but like we took images from the internet to try and manipulate into our own. I really liked this project, but learning Photoshop, oh my goodness, I was so frustrated all the time. Even now I sometimes get frustrated, but like I'm definitely better now than I was in first year. Everyone knew what they were doing apart from me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is causing me so much anxiety. Like, I'm never going to get this project done, and it's one of my modules for university. I was like, oh wow. So yeah, it was really difficult, like a lot of stress in that project. And in the end, I played around with some images, looking at animals interacting with humans, but wild animals that we wouldn't normally see being interacted with people. Just something unusual that we don't see every day. So, you know, having a person and a animal put together in that sort of sense. And yeah, in the end, I really liked the images. They're quite simple, but it was just fun to play around. But yeah, and that comes to the end of the video. My battery is flashing and it's stressing me out, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you really enjoy my talks about creativity and photography and sharing my experiences and projects with you guys. And yeah, just get creative. So thanks. Bye.